Hello everyone. So lately a lot of people have been asking me, is Twitter stock a good investment? Should they buy now or should they wait for the price to drop again? And to them I'd say wait. Because if you see here, Twitter actually got beat down very hard after the coronavirus crash. They were worth around $39 before the crash and at their bottom, $20. And what we know is that Mark Cuban actually was unfortunate enough to invest around this $30-$35 price range, and he's obviously lost millions of dollars in this time frame. And if you look here, they haven't been able to recover at all, and they're not tracking well with the S&P 500, which is a major indicator that Twitter stock just has nowhere to grow. Additionally, if we look here at their earnings, we can see that they've hit below or just barely above their price earnings target in 2019, quarter 2, 3, 4, and probably will hit below their earnings target in quarter 1 of 2020, because it's just impossible that advertisers are putting in more money now than they were in the past, and Twitter just hasn't been able to keep up with people's expectations of what they're going to do. And I would largely pin that on the fact that they don't have a lot of new user growth, and that's because a lot of old people or very young people who like to stay on the forefront of technology just don't see Twitter as a good application to use or a good platform to use, because they're just so not user friendly and they don't innovate new things for their platform. If we look at a similar stock that they compete with, we can see that Snapchat has already recovered to their pre-coronavirus levels. Before the coronavirus, they were worth around $16 to $18, and all the way at their peak after their earnings call, they were worth $17. So most likely you already made your money back on this app and on this stock, versus Twitter, they haven't even gotten close to coming back to their pre-coronavirus valuation of $38. And it's just sad to see. And you can compare their earnings here. These are Snapchat's earnings, and they've hit high above their earnings expectations every single quarter until quarter 1 of 2020. And that's to be expected. But additionally, even though they reported their earnings below, they did report a lot of new user growth. Millions of new users came on the app during this first quarter of 2020, and that bodes very well for Snapchat stock. As you can see, they had an absolute rip here in the last 2 weeks. They went from $12 to $17 overnight. And that just shows that a lot of people have confidence in Snapchat stock. Additionally, if you look here at the analyst ratings, you can see that nobody's telling you to sell the stock. They're either telling you to hold or buy, and that's because a lot of people are bullish on the stock. It's tracking very well with the S&P 500, and it has a strong future ahead of it. Especially during coronavirus, a lot of people want to see each other face to face and don't just want to text anymore, or they'd rather do a call, where Snapchat has implemented a lot of new innovative features to allow group calling, calling an individual person. They've added games on the app. They've added filters and geo filters and tags that allow regular users to spend money instead of simply only allowing the advertisers to invest into their platform. And this has actually shown a lot of strong growth for them. And they've been very fortunate to have such a good CEO, Evan Spiegel, who stays in the news often because he's innovating a lot and starting new companies and just doing a lot of things that help move Snapchat upwards and upwards. If we look at Twitter here, their CEO Jack Dorsey has been in a lot of controversy lately. Twitter is a platform that censors a lot of its users, and I'm not on either side of the coin, but they've been censoring conservatives a lot in the past few years. Ever since the 2016 election, we've seen them censor more and more users on a daily basis. And this just doesn't bode well for people who enjoy free speech or who want to join a platform to speak their mind, and especially Twitter, which is basically all about speaking your mind and posting your opinion in only 250 words. You can see that it's just not boding well for their stock. They haven't been able to recover, and I honestly wouldn't recommend buying Twitter stock unless they drop to around $25, $23. At that point, I would buy them if you expect to hold the stock for a couple years, and then maybe you'd make a return. But I just don't see a good future for this stock, and I see them dropping even lower if they can't hit a good earnings price here in the next few weeks when they report on April 30th. And also, like I said with Snapchat earnings, if you look at this one right here, they just been hitting below their price target multiple times. And a lot of people just say either sell or hold, which is a substantial portion. That's around 90% or 80% of their people are saying buy or hold, or sell, I mean, and only 20% are saying buy. which is just a small amount, and it's just honestly a lot of bulls in the market at this point, or else I wouldn't even think that many people would be saying buy at this moment, because Twitter just doesn't show a lot of price upward momentum, and there's not showing a lot of user growth, and from people I talk to, they're not excited about continuing to use the app or what the future will hold for them. So just be careful and invest your money somewhere else in a stock that is offering a lot more growth. And good luck, guys.